Welcome back to the Spoonie and Caregiver Life podcast with me, your host, Jordan Banderas. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of the podcast. And let's go ahead and get into today's episode. Now, don't you feel like life is like a video game sometimes? In my case, I love playing video games. Sometimes I feel like my life is like a video game. But I guess for some reason I set the difficulty setting to the max. I forgot to change it, I guess. I say this not because I want to play the victim or anything similar to that. I say this because every time I feel like my wife and I are doing better and have just conquered one level or beat the villain in the game, we get thrown into the next level. I don't know if you feel like that, but that's how I've been feeling lately. That's why I wanted to talk about this because after we get thrown into this new level without getting the chance of restoring our health to a semi normal state, we are all beat up and bloodied, and no power up left is usually where we find ourselves in this new level or challenge, however you wanna take it, because it can be very challenging when things keep coming one after the other. But let me share this story so you guys can understand better why I feel this way. My wife finally is doing a little bit better. Her hip that has been bothering her for the last 6 months is getting better. She can walk a bit most days and the pain is going down. So, looking at that, I'm like, yes! I'm like, yeah! In my head, I'm like, yeah, we're winning, we're winning, yes! We finally conquered this level, but in this game of life, everything can change in an instant. Has that ever happened to you? Because for some reason to us it happens a lot. That's why I feel like it's like a video game. But now here's the thing though. In this new level, my wife started having back pain, which I thought was due to her having to walk with a limp due to her surgeries. She had two surgeries on her hips, so obviously that is gonna cause some kind of limp. So I'm like, okay, her back is hurting because of that. Well, I asked her to go to the doctor and see what their opinion was because obviously she was in a lot of pain. So I was like, okay, just go to the doctor, see what they do, what they say, and hopefully it will go away. So she goes to the doctor. The doctor decides to have an MRI done on her back. And when we received the results, we felt like we reached another difficult level in this game because it turns out my wife has degeneration in her spine, which is causing her SI joints to lock up and also have bone spurs that unfortunately at one point are going to press against her spinal cord, and obviously this is going to cause a lot of pain in the SI joints. For those that didn't know exactly what it was, just like myself, those are the joints that literally let you twerk. Pretty much that's why it is. They let you move your hips like back and forth. They let you twerk pretty much. That's the only way that I can put it. That's the only way that I was able to understand them. And when we got all this information, all of this was hard to digest. I also thought to myself, we just beat one villain. We just conquered the hips, and we just got thrown into another fight with the next villain. In this case, her back, which it sucks, but unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was frustrated. I was like, why? Like, what is going on? But it is nobody's fault. It's not her fault. There's nothing that she can do about that. All we can do is figure out what's going on. So I was like, okay, this is going to be another uphill battle, but just like the previous levels that we were able to conquer, we need to figure out how or what we need to do to beat this one, you know? So what one of the things that I'm doing literally feels like a video game that I have to, like get all this information before I can beat the next villain, because now I'm researching more about these conditions to see if we can slow them down or to see what can be done, because obviously at one point she's going to be in a lot of pain, and that's my main concern, that she's going to be in a lot of pain. She's already using a wheelchair sometimes, so it's going to get to the point that she might not be able to walk at all. And here's the thing though, I believe that this is what a lot of people are going through right now. Like, one thing happens and then the next thing happens, and we just get thrown into all these scenarios or situations because of illness or because of whatever is going on in our lives. And we can't stop this game because it's life. But what we can do is figure out what we need to do to power ourselves up and conquer this difficult level that we're on, so we can move on to the next level, even if we are not prepared. This is something that literally I have had to learn the last 4 years since my wife became ill. So if you're going through something similar, just remember that every day you can learn something about the conditions or whatever's going on. And unfortunately, things are going to change from one day to the other. So you have to take everything slow, like just literally day by day. Because today you might be in pain, tomorrow you might not be in pain, and the next day and the next day, and then all of a sudden you do something and then you are in a lot of pain. So don't feel bad about that. You're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have good days. So my message to you is, don't stop fighting. Take breaks, rest. And obviously, if you need help, seek help. Ask for it. There's nothing to be ashamed about asking for help. It's something that you need. It's literally like calling like a lifeline, like I have mentioned in other episodes. And the reason why I say this is because when you conquer the level that you're on right now, you will come out stronger. And you also will realize that nothing can stop you. That you can conquer this game. Every day you might face a different level. Sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes it feels like like life just keeps punching you. But sometimes you might actually fall down and you might want to take a rest. But when you get up, be ready to take those punches and keep fighting. Never stop fighting. Because when you stop fighting, and I've done this and my wife has done this, when we stop fighting, it gets worse or it gets harder to actually get back up. But that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about on today's episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your feedback. I really, really appreciate it. We're growing as a community. We're growing with the listeners and the followers. So it's all thanks to you. So I really, really appreciate that. And if you like what you're seeing and what you're hearing, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And you can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you want to share your story anonymously, you can send it to me at the Spoonie and Caregiver Life at gmail.com, or you can post it on our community so people can actually give you the support that you might be looking for, because we're here to support each other. And I'll leave you like always. Always take care of yourself and have a great day.